recent video from Terror Destroyer 5K, aka fucking Paul Walker. My other friend was Vin Diesel. We always thought that we chose who we were, and I wasn't Vin Diesel. I was Paul Walker. He was Vin Diesel. So a really famous swimmer or driver from New York City, his name is Squeeze Benz. If you search online for Squeeze Benz, he likes to swim really hard. Swimming is a term for a not a force, an automobilista. What's that? What's the game that they play? Fuck, I forgot. Wait. Not Forza. It's not. It's not. It. I think it's. I think it's automobilista. There's a there's a plugin or a mod for automobilista that lets you drive in drive in the highway with traffic. So they basically drive all night in a real simulated highway as fast as they can, and they evade other cars. They're swerving in and out the traffic, but the term of doing that is called swimming, because obviously they're not they are moving left and right. No, left, right in the middle of the lane, middle yellow line, left, right, yellow line behind something, moving lane to lane, moving, doing 4 lane, 3 lane. So Squeeze Benz was the best one, and he got caught recently. And I'm telling you, I drove like that. I didn't have the extra 50 mile an hour this guy has driving a fucking Urus, because he's driving luxury cars. This guy on YouTube was swimming with luxury vehicles, modified Porsche 911 Turbo, uh, a Lamborghini Urus SUV modified. He was using maximum horsepower to swim on the highway. You see that? His videos are fucking brutal. If I cried and we were going like 120 on the days you don't want to be in a fast car, I was explaining loud as fuck that there's some days you're tired from the beach and your boy picks you up at 7:30 to go drinking and smoke weed or whatever, and he starts going 100 miles an hour, and your body's basically glued and jelly to the seat. Your emotions gonna start running. You're gonna think you're gonna die. You're gonna pull out the seatbelt. You're gonna click it in place. Click, 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 click. You're gonna hold on to the door. You're gonna hold on to the seatbelt like a grown fucking man, and you're gonna cry. Why? Because you don't want to be that fast. Your body is not. Your body is not feeling the speed. You see what I mean? There are some days that you are going to make your passenger cry. That's how we did it. Between Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, we are the shit. We were driving that blue car to fucking to satanic levels. Even at that level, no modified. Maybe NOS one time. We had NOS. We had a little NOS with a little ECU that he had to connect the cables in the car, and the revs went higher, but he disconnected, and he also had a really tiny bottle of NOS. That's it. So the argument is that Squeeze Benz got arrested, and he had 50 more miles per hour than we did out of maximum. If we were going average 100, 120, Squeeze on videos is driving 160, 170. How the fuck do you get caught? You see what I mean? How did you get caught? How? How? Makes no sense. We did the same thing. We didn't swim. We surfed. Swerve. I started drifting once I got into Miami. I started actually drifting after those 3, 4 years of doing that. So how did he get caught if he had 50? Now I started telling the story about me driving in Puerto Rico, that basically Puerto Rico is maybe 35% highway and the rest a 2-lane road. And there were paparazzi waiting for us. They would hear us coming. They took pictures of us a whole bunch of times because we were going 100 fucking miles an hour in 11 feet of road. Basically a narrow ass beach road that barely fit 2 cars. Or when even another car is coming, you gotta sort of move away from the center line a little bit, afraid of hitting another car. So imagine how narrow what we did was at 12, 13 feet, going 100, pushing 80 on that road. So when we pushed 80, There were people that were basically the bars are technically on the road on both of those beaches on the east coastal coast bars. Every single you'll have people standing on the road or on the sidewalk. On the west coast, the same thing. Bar right there, sidewalk right there. So when we crossed at 70, 80 miles an hour, people took pictures of us because you could hear the fucking car coming. That was us. That's how we did it. Basically, that fucking bar right there, those pictures was like less than half a second. Like, bam, keep going. People were actually taking pictures of us with what we were doing. So if we were at that level, how did Squeeze get caught? See what I mean? He was swimming. He was 20 times better than we were in traffic. 20 times. Not like one time better than us in traffic. He was 20 times better than us in traffic. And he gets caught. 50-mile-an-hour extra, better in traffic, and he gets fucking pinned and just posted bail tonight. Yo, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. He shouldn't have been caught. It's impossible. Impossible. 1 in a million. The police caught that man. 1 in a million. And maybe you would have fucking by shooting like me, like they did to me in Miami, by shooting at the motherfucking engine block as he's swerving, as he's swimming. That's the only way. I swear to God, you would have been able to squeeze Benz. Yeah, you would have been able to stop squeeze Benz at his scale level. You have to be in a bridge. You got to take a Remington 22, aim it, wait for him to be aligned with the fucking shot, take the shot, hit the grill, the radiator grill, and the engine block. That's the only fucking way to slow the kid down. He's not, and it wasn't just him. He always swam hard as fuck. Other people that are from the same automobilista server swam hard as fuck. People crashed in his videos on YouTube, swimming like a motherfucker. Bam, rear-ended another car. Like that. We never did that. What we did, Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, Paul Walker did, we fucking drafted. Our shit was Gran Turismo. All we gave a shit. If we were gonna get close to another car, it was 100% drafted, 100% bumper to bumper. And we're gonna go to the analogy. You see, swim is a 90-degree angle through the road. He doesn't give a fuck. That type of driver. Swimming is something that is done, and it's 100% fully reckless. There is no cops that could drive like that. Nothing on, no single fucking police officer, if you actually know how to swim, is going to ever catch you. Ever. In traffic, not a chance. Not a fucking chance. Because basically it's a 90-degree, it's basically all 90 degrees. Behind the car, in the middle lane, another car, behind another car, accelerating to the small space between two cars that I also did. Basically, you do a 45-degree angle between two cars, and based on how much you yank the wheel at that moment, the length of your car becomes smaller by a couple feet, obviously, because you're taking a turn, and you could squeeze in between two cars in a moving situation, not a square lane change, but rather a curved one, meaning that you have to get into, if you want to keep going, you have to accelerate to the car, bumper to bumper, yank the wheel. You're going to have another car by the rear bumper, basically, and you're going to pull the wheel to squeeze between two cars. So Squeeze Benz did that at 125 miles per hour, 130 miles an hour, square. He didn't like have that hesitation that we had when we were young. We hesitated. Every time I did that and I wanted to keep going, I sort of slowed down and then went. Squeeze is more like whang, 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 whang. Another setup with traffic. Bang, 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 bang. Basically, up to the bumper, pull. Up to the bumper, pull. Like that. getting in between every car in traffic, and other people crashed. Other people fucking lost their car right there. We're talking about dead end to the driver's seat. Bang! For following these three, four guys, one of them Benz. So on YouTube, I told them my story. You know, I like to chat that shit. I found him and I started chatting that shit up with him. I'm like, yo, in PR, I did this. I was like 100 miles an hour on 12-foot road. You know, Ken Black, like that. You know, see Riley on fucking asphalt, like that. It's just floored. It's like 12 feet. One car is not enough. A cement truck coming at you and you're going 80 miles an hour on 12-inch of road. You basically hesitate. You hold your breath. You're like, neutral. Cement truck passed by. Bang! Again, the fucking hit it. Serious. Why? Because the roads are real narrow. That's how we were. Every road we knew it for 25 minutes straight. So once you do the same thing, once you go around the island at this level 10, 12, 20 times, you start knowing big sections. You don't know little sections, you know big sections. You're like, I'm gonna floor it right here. Bang! And the whole a whole half an hour gone by, and the car is basically if it's hilly or something, maximum, to the metal, the pedal to the metal, based on revolutions and shit, going higher, 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 like that. That we did that shit. I did that shit. Paparazzi took pictures of me doing that shit. Why? Because nobody gonna go 80 on fucking 13 feet of road like I did. Nobody. And we were riding dirty too. Drinking alcohol, drinking beer, smoking weed, doing coke. We didn't give a fuck. And then Squeeze gets caught. You see what I mean? Someone that's if Gran Turismo terms, if we are triple A rating, we are triple A plus rating driver in terms, we're 100. We were 100 plus. Everything was 100 with us, including narrow. The funnest parts through Florida, Puerto Rico. Make a left on the from the number 2 highway. Manatí, Barcelona. What? 100 in narrow ass roads, just as fast as you fucking could in tiny pieces of shit full of potholes. You go this way, you go through someone's living room, cement brick wall. This way, you hit a fucking tree or a rock. Cement truck at 3 in the morning at random out of nowhere. Cement truck, like what? Playing chicken in the highway. We did everything, everything, excess of miles per hour. And then the best one, if we were triple A plus in terms of driving, triple A plus. Plus, I said, remember the RX-8 video? Basically 120, 130 in 1 second and a half. Like that one. And it just basically, you leave second. 1, 2, 3, and it's 130 in the dash and shit. Like that. In a few seconds. Imagine what Squeeze was. Squeeze S driver. S. Formula. Formula S. I give him a negative S. S. We're triple A. We're like, he's like a rating above us, way above us. Cars that we're never gonna unlock. We're never gonna unlock a fucking Ferrari Urus. We're never a modified Ferrari, Lamborghini Urus. We're never gonna have a Porsche 911 modified. We're never gonna have the shit he drove in our wildest fucking dreams. You see what I mean? And he got caught. He got arrested, and he posted bail after swimming his life away, driving recklessly like we did for a significant. I'm pretty sure he's been more than 5. We did like 4 or 5 years, and then I left to Miami. And in Miami, I was drifting. I was still a speed racer. Like nights, Miami nights, I used to come out at Nikki Beach. Nikki Beach is basically the Miami Beach. Nikki Beach is basically the before Miami Beach. So I'm coming out the Greek restaurant. I'm making a left at the Walgreens. down the main street where where they filmed the Scarface movie, and I'm punching the gas right there to get to MacArthur Causeway. And there's three lights there. Not one, not two. There's three lights. And they change fairly quickly. It's not a joke. Basically, if they're about to go red, they all go red. I took from the Walgreens every single light green from Nikki Beach into MacArthur Causeway. I went up it like a 95. I basically launched the car. I was hammered that night too. I'm making a left turn. I'm in that light. Bam! Let me make a left turn. And then at MacArthur is basically a nasty straightaway past Hibiscus Island and Star Island. It's basically straight to the left of fucking Miami Piers or whatever. Ridiculous. For a squeeze to go to jail, they must have had a fucking, how do you call it? A tactical team. They had to have had a tactical team to stop that man, yo. Like I said, shooting the engine block from a bridge, spikes, setting him up on a highway to do a body block. We never got caught. Why? Because we weren't 120, but we were at least always 20 to 25 miles constant ahead of the speed limit. And there's always one police officer when you do that that's going to go faster than the speed limit to catch the speeder. And if I caught him with my eye, I would slow down. You see that? So basically the speed limit is 65. I'm going 80, 85 like that, and I'm looking at the rear view mirror at the same time. And at the rear view mirror, I would see the light, the Crown Victoria. And those lights are fucking etched in my mind how they look like at night. That's the Crown Victoria. I'm gonna slow. It's back there behind those three cars. Whoop! Slow down and merge with the traffic until the police car passes. It's always a looking game. That's why I can't drive. I can't drive like I did anymore because my eyes are shot. I can't discern. I can't look at the mirror and see well enough back there. Basically, because my here we go. The earphones went blurry. I can't see well, basically, because I got distance blurriness or whatever. So if I look in the mirror and I look at a distance in the mirror, it's gonna seem blurry. It's not gonna be clear. I'm not gonna be able to see the lights that look like a police officer to then slow down. And we didn't have a laser. We didn't have a GPS. We didn't have any of the shit. We didn't have GPS like a phone telling us where to go. We didn't have none of the shit that Squeeze Benz has, and he still got caught. It's incredible. I still don't believe it. I still don't believe that man's a celebrity. He was drifting this town in Chicago, parked at the police station after drifting at around every police officer in the fucking town. That's Squeeze. That's what Squeeze did. A young kid. He looks young in the image. He went to this random ass town. I don't know if it was Chicago. Random ass town, Illinois or some shit like that. Midwest. Saw a police officer, spun around him, saw another police officer, spun around him, sped away, then parked in front in the police station. Nobody came out, nobody arrested him. Nothing happened. No, they didn't follow it. Nothing happened. Why? Because there's a lot of skill in that donut. He's basically looking at him, holding the gas and turning the wheel. Like, what's up, bruh? Bah, spinning the fucking wheel. It's real shit. Real shit. It isn't a joke. What Squeeze was doing is not a joke, and he never got caught. It's so rare and at worst, it wasn't some random ass town catching fucking Squeeze. It was NYPD. Shit's fucked, yo. I would consider Squeeze the if I'm fucking Paul Walker and I'm dead in the movie, and Vin Diesel's my friend, he's like the Chinese dude, or maybe he's the storyline. He's the Japan storyline with the Mitsubishi, the red Mitsubishi. He's basically the Japanese storyline. He's good as fuck. He swims, not to fucking glaze him, but he swims hard as fuck, good as fuck. He isn't about drifting 100%. He's about swimming. He isn't about drafting. I was about 100% speed and drafting. All I gave a shit was bumping up. My brain was already wired at more speed. Bumper to bumper, drafting, get out of drafting, keep going. You know, just catch more speed by being perfectly aligned behind another car to pass him really fast and really close so that he feels the thrill of someone going 120 next to him. You know what I mean? So that if he's going 65, he feels the wah shit next to him and shit. It's incredible. I can't believe an S driver, S minus driver, fell for the shit. It's horrible. It's horrible. He's gonna lose his license for life. He'll never swim again. He was so good too. He'll never swim again. We never got caught. 4 years. Didn't got caught one time with drugs, with paraphernalia, with drunk. We never got caught drinking. We never got caught doing drugs. We never got caught fucking smoking. We were stopped for speeding 5 miles an hour extra twice in the same night. And I remember, and my friend went to the lieutenant because the lieutenant stopped us, showed him, yeah, I got this, a bag of Coke. And the lieutenant took it, wrote us, didn't the second time. The second time was the lieutenant. The first one we got a ticket, he didn't give him the Coke. The second police officer stops him, it was the lieutenant. He's like, yo, we just stopped. I got this Coke. He takes the Coke and he leaves. And we leave like nothing. No stop, no searches, no nothing. Police loved us. You see what I mean? At our level, police loved us. We were not going to get caught. And there were times that I was DUI, getting to a motel, going to sleep, and I would see the cops behind me, and they would recognize the fucking Hyundai, the floored Hyundai, the fucking car that flew the highway, basically. Fifth gear infinitely at max. That's all you heard, pedal to metal. Just that's all I did. You get in the car, you stick it to the metal, and that's it. So, police, same as the blue Honda, the white Hyundai, the same thing. Back there, nah, we're not gonna stop him. And I'm sitting there, damn, I'm hammered today. No stop. It's incredible how law favors some people, but it don't favor others. See that? Like, I feel bad for Squeeze Benz, yo. I really do. He doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve to take his. When he has that much talent, he does not deserve to get his license taken away. Why? Because it affects everything else. It affects his rate. If he wants to drift legally, he can't go to the racetrack anymore. He can't race in the race because you need a license for all that shit. So losing the privilege to drive would be heartbreaking to someone that makes driving his 100% core. I'm not gonna say he's irresponsible. He's not. He's just a good driver. You have to flaunt your shit. If you could swim like he swims, 145 between traffic, left, right, between lines, left, right, left, right, 165. Again, 35. Another car, another section of traffic, doing that shit between lane. 10 cars between lane, 10 cars in the shoulder. Swim again, left, right. You got to give it to the man, yo. He wore the helmet. I told him one time about the helmet. He wasn't wearing a helmet. That next video, a helmet. That's it. He listened. He knew. My story hit. What I just told you on camera hit to the field. crying when you don't want to drive fast. You're not the driver. Maybe you're gonna drive fast later, but you shed a tear because you don't want to. You think you're gonna die. You're like, I don't want to die today, and the car's like, no, fuck, I don't want to die. It's making a left turn. Like that's like bouncing left and right. Gyroscopic effects like no, no, I don't want like that. That's how that shit feels. When the body doesn't want to go fast, you cry. You cry. In the hands of squeeze Benz, you are going to probably feel that it's all right. But then if you are his passenger over a year or 2 year period and he catches you off guard, you are crying. You're going to say, no, I don't want to die. Like that. That's exactly how it feels when you're in excess of velocity and you got some skills to match it up. Hope you guys have a good night. I definitely had a lot of food. I didn't want to spend today, but I had lemonade. I had nuts. I had goat cheese. I had crostini. I had calabrese salami. I had a bunch of shit, and I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. But I have to have self-control in the week. Today's a special day, and tomorrow, spaghetti. I cannot change. And I should not have an energy drink in the morning tomorrow. I should go tired. Try to go in there and try to find energy that I don't have to do what I need to do. Maybe go to Target and get a $2.65 energy drink as opposed to spending another $1 here. Peace. Have a good night. I'm going to watch this video. This is a really good one.